Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. I'm live on YouTube and Instagram on 2 phones, and unfortunately the light is flashing off my glasses. I decided to do this at the last minute because some of you have been looking at the stuff I shared about EMFs and things like that. Hi guys, thanks for joining me. I've got 2 phones on the go here, so I'm flitting my eyes from people that follow me on YouTube to people that follow me on Instagram. And I haven't been live on Instagram since January. I don't really use it anymore other than to advertise stuff. So thanks for joining me, guys. This is important information. If you haven't been watching, hey Gina, if you haven't been watching what I've shared on Instagram in the last 2 days, this is really important information. Anyone that knows me knows that I am not, yeah, she's back. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a fact person. I've been dealing with this stuff for 21 years. Most people have just got into it in the last few years. I've been involved in this for a long, long time, what's going on, and finding results, you know, to problems that are out there. So the other day I came across a video which I shared yesterday in a reel about EMF frequencies and the United Nations website and these patents that are on there. And there's a patent on there, and I can give you the number. I've got 3 gadgets going on at the moment, so bear with me. But if you go into, there's a website which is ohchr.org. So that's ohchr.org. And if you type in directed energy weapon / targeted individual patents, it will give you this whole massive list of all the patents and what they do. And this stuff's just, it's so sci-fi and unbelievable that this is happening to us, but it's happening to us. And that's why being brave and coming on here and sharing this information. So I'll just read you a couple of them out for now, okay? So the one that he talked about, which jumps out, is patent number US 588988708, okay? And it's from 17th of July 1996. It was published in 99 by an American company. And when it said the description of the patent device is makes voices emanate from individuals who do not intend or realize it, and they call it the ventriloquist effect. So we've all seen videos out there of people saying things that you're shocked. Did they really say that? Well, this is the kind of thing that's happening. These things come into our consciousness through something I call mind meshes, and I've my previous video on Instagram shows you a picture of what they look like. They look like little pieces of plastic wrap that go into or stick to your brain, and they're invisible to the naked eye. So basically they look like this. And they've got wires going through them. And they're affected by satellites. So there's a lot going on here, but I want to read a few of them to you because this is important. One of these is dated, where is it? I read it earlier, 1962. This isn't new technology. And it says it allows information to be remotely conveyed to the subject via electromagnetic waves. That's mind control. 1962. Elon Musk has released his Neuralinks thing, which is putting an actual chip into people's brains, which I don't like the idea of at all. I don't think it's necessary. We can heal people with light and sound instead of interfering and tapping into their consciousness and putting words, literally putting words into their mouths, guys. So we're being fooled left, right and centre with videos on here. The one I shared the other night, Obviously it was edited. An idiot could see it was edited, of Elon Musk and Joe Rogan. And people were saying to me, where's the evidence? Show me this in the show. I'm not your researcher. Do your own research. Listen, instead of being fooled by what you're seeing in videos. There's a lot of brilliant techie kids out there making videos that are deceiving people. Listen to the words, listen to your heart. Does it feel like BS, or does it feel like, I need to look into this, I need to listen here? Well, I'm asking you to listen. Listen with your heart. I don't normally get involved in this stuff. It's an absolute pain. I've known about it for 20 years. I was reading David Icke stuff 20 years ago. I wouldn't call him the Antichrist. I won't call anyone that. So there's a whole list of all of these. If you go on, you can read them, about certain frequencies. Another one here from December 89, alters mood, emotion, sleep states via remotely applied frequencies and waveforms. Okay. So this stuff is real, it's happening. I've made a few more reels after the one I sent that. By the way, I'm so heavily censored on here, have been. That clip, because it had him in it, has had 10,500 hits in a day. My normal, I'm lucky if I get 200. So there's something going on my Instagram, and that's why I don't use it anymore. So it doesn't matter what I say now, because it's been censored anyway and I'm not using it, and that's why I've come on, okay? So there's all this stuff, look into it, find out for yourself, do some research. When I scrolled down this page, I found another site underneath, so that right at the bottom of the page, there's a couple of lines that they tell you what all the frequencies are. But then they say various frequencies and their effects. And one of the frequencies is called the lily wave. So I clicked on that. Thanks, Jackie. And it took me to another website called the Bridge Life in the Mix.info, and that title was The Lily Wave and Psychotronic Warfare. So I thought I'll have a little read of this page. And in this page, if we go down, and by the way, people have been saying these things on Instagram in the past. So let me read it to you. It's in the bottom of the page. Artificial thought and communication. So this is AI, stuff being zapped into people. This is the third step in the Blue Beam project that goes along with the telepathic, electronically augmented two-way communication where ELFs and VLFs, that's low frequencies, and low frequency waves will reach each person from within his or her own mind. From the smart grid technology, which is, you know, the 5 thing stuff. Convincing each of them that their own God is speaking to them from the very depths of their souls. Now, cast your mind back to these like shooter incidents and things like that, and these psychopaths. How many people have you heard, God told me to say it, God told me to do it? This is what's happening. This is mind control. And I just read a 750-page book last month about all of this stuff. It's not fairy tales. It's not conspiracy theory. It's a fact, and it's been used for decades. So what Elon Musk is doing, putting this chip in someone's head, his Neuralink stuff, basically, is, you know, they've been doing that's 50 years old, 60 years old. What I'm talking about is happening is people are picking up these energetic implants that are invisible because there's a certain 5G frequency or 5G technology or, you know, alien sci-fi technology, whatever. You can't see them unless you're in a certain level of consciousness. And that is meditative state. That's when your third eye opens, your mind's eye opens, and you can see these things. So I've also done a video on that on YouTube. So there was that I wanted to share with you. And the other thing that I wanted to read, which was the bit about mind control. It's not very good text because it's a copy of an article, but... And before I say this, over the last couple of weeks, more and more of my friends, clients, students been saying to me, can't sleep, headaches, dizziness, and we're putting it down to ascension symptoms. But today I had the headache of headaches. I haven't slept properly for a week, and I normally sleep really well. I sleep well. I didn't feel right. I went out for lunch with a friend today and said to her, something's not right, I'm not feeling right. I've had this like crushing feeling on my whole head. And then I spoke to one of my students, stroke clients, stroke friends earlier, and she's been having similar stuff going on. So this last week, this is what's been happening. I kept getting told, take more salt. And by the way, people ask me what salt I use. I use Malden sea salt. Fantastic sea salt crystals, really pure. This is about $9 or $10 Canadian, and it's from England. It's fantastic. Tastes gorgeous, really pure, and it's crystals. It's not hard lumps, so it melts really easily in your food. And I put it in my oatmeal in the morning. I make my oatmeal the Scottish way with salt and water. 2 important things for your body. And the oats do the horses a lot of good, so I figured they might be doing me some good. So I was told more salt, and I kept seeing people, when you see things that are repeated over and over again, the universe is giving you a message. I was seeing people walking down the street with a bunch of bananas under their arm twice, and I thought, actually, I haven't had a banana for a few weeks. So I asked my higher consciousness, do I need bananas? And I got told yes. So I had some bananas. Well, basically, bananas have potassium in, and that's important. The reason I'm telling you this, because of this article I'm about to read to you. Do you think some of it's from solar storms and geomagnetism? Yeah, some of it is from the sun. If you look at the sun, it's pure white light at the moment. Source energy is pouring into the planet. And that's knocking us around a bit anyway. But this is extra. I mean, I've been dealing with ascension symptoms for 20 years, and I know what they feel like. Today was different. Today felt malignant, is the best way I can describe it. So when I was talking to let me read this article first, because I don't want to get too messy with all of this, but there's a drawing I'd like to show you as well. I was reading this article, so at the bottom of that article that I told you about, with the warfare article, this is titled Mass Mind Control. So it says in July 1989, a West German scientist published this article, and it was titled, Can Human Beings Be Manipulated by ELF Waves, which is electromagnetic, low frequency waves, very low frequency waves, okay? And this is what the article said. The technical principle of receivers for electromagnetic waves is fully, I think that's analogous with biological information and communication systems. If several thousand of the 100 of billions of nerve cells in our brains resonate with man-made centimeter waves, the carrier frequency has to be suppressed when the signal is passed on to the synapses. Don't understand all the science, but bear with me. To overcome cell membranes, living organisms use electrochemical processes involving sodium and potassium ions. So all week I've been told to get sodium and potassium into me, okay, to protect me from these EMFs. So basically this article goes on to say, in a synchrotonic war using microwaves modulated using ELF waves, it would be no longer necessary to kill whole armies by inducing cardiac or respiratory irregular signals, which they could do with the EMFs before. The enemy can simply be incapacitated by disturbing their states of balance or confusing the ability to think logically. The manipulation of human beings by means of ELF waves is relatively easy to perform. government authorities and the military would have overcome. It just goes on, to explain all of this. So that's in that, that document's on there as well. So when I was talking to my friend earlier and saying about the way we'd both been feeling, we were meditating together and I asked to be shown where my headache is coming from. And I basically tried to take that image and put it into Canva quickly and made you a drawing of it. I can't show you it, but this is what I was shown. Can you see it? I'll show it on Instagram first. So you can see that's what I saw in the meditation. I saw the earth with the brain in the middle with these satellites firing at it, damaging it. Okay, I'll show you on YouTube as well for my YouTubers. You see it? That's what I was shown in the meditation today. So, those of you that know I work with one and have been with me for some time, I used one to shut that down. Headache gone within minutes. So this has been going on all through the election process because this lack of sleep is the last couple of weeks. So what this is doing on an energetic level, this is a spiritual attack. On a consciousness level, it's not Elon doing it, so don't, get all uppity about that. I'm not pointing finger at anyone. You can make your own mind up on it. But these things can be used by these negative beings that are on the planet. And you know who I'm talking about. I don't want to go down that weird and wonderful road, but those of you that know, we're not the only people here, and there's a lot of, darkness as well. I normally stay in the neutral because that's where I need to be. Today, I was pushed by my higher self to do this. I was like, really? Do I have to go back on Instagram and start talking about duality stuff? And it's like, yeah, the people need to know. Some of you respect me and will listen to what I'm saying. Others are going to want to argue. I'm not here to argue, guys. I don't really care. That's where I'm at with this. It's annoyed me that I've had a headache all day when I should have been having a nice lunch with my friend. But at least I know what it was, and I'm sharing this with you so that you are up to date on what's going on. So keep your salt intake, pure salt, not table salt, guys. It's got arsenic and all sorts of nasty stuff in it. Purest salt you can afford. Maybe have a banana a day, get some potassium in, something like that. Putting protection around yourself and your home, switching off your Wi-Fi at night as well. Celtic salt's good. Cleric salt, I don't know. Yeah, Celtic salt is good, yeah. That's the one Barbara O'Neill talks about. Headaches, dizziness, all of that from nowhere. Exactly. So you're feeling it. This is where it's coming from. This has been an attack on the consciousness of humanity because of what's just happened in America with the election. Thankfully, it's all sorted now. Personally, I've never been into politics in my whole life, but I do know that who has been put in that position, the two men involved, have been chosen to make a difference to the health of America, and that's just the beginning. You've got Callie and Casey Mean, is it? The two doctors that were on Tucker Carlson talking about how the food has been poisoned on purpose to keep us all sick. We all know this stuff. Most of us know this stuff. And somebody sent me a message earlier, a video of Elon talking to Joe Rogan about it's okay to eat meat, and these vegans on there saying how sick they got when they were on a vegan diet. What they fail to mention is all the antibiotics and everything else that's fed into the meat that people are eating. If you're going to eat meat, and I'm not against it, I don't eat meat myself. I can't swallow it. It's been 17 years since I had a steak. I'm fit and healthy. I'm 5'8". I weigh 135, 136 pounds. I work out 5 mornings a week. I walk my dog 3 times a day, 7 days a week, and I climb 84 flights of stairs in a week. I'm fit and healthy, and I'm vegetarian only because I was getting brain fog. My higher self told me I needed a little bit of fat. So I have a tiny bit of goat cheese on crackers to put some fat into my body and a little bit of organic butter on my toast when I have toast now and then. Please don't judge me for it. People are going, you should be this. I've said before, I've been vegan. I went back to vegetarian because I was getting brain fog. My genetic spiritual nutritionist told me that I should be vegan with fish, but I just can't eat it anymore. I just can't. When I see factory farming, when I see documentaries like Earthlings documentary, and there's a new one about the pigs out now and the cruelty there, and the fish that are being over-farmed, I just can't bear to, I couldn't bear to eat it. I'd have to be starving. Obviously, if I was starving, I would eat it. But what I'm getting at here, listen to your own body. If you're trying to be vegan and you're feeling that you haven't got enough strength or you brain fog, introduce some meat into your diet. But if you can, make sure it's, good meat, not full of the garbage from factory farms. So don't fall into the trap of just seeing people on here and because they're famous or because they're this or because they've got 200,000 followers, they must be right. That's not the truth. I had 11,000 followers the first year I've been on here. This is year 5 now. I've got 9,500 followers because of the censorship. My videos I made a video 4 years ago to bring down the 6 systems on the planet that was involved: the education system, the religious system, the monetary system, the health system, the space system, all of this stuff. It had 14,000 hits on Instagram, and then they took it down. I put it on YouTube, it was gone in an hour. They're only censoring people that are bringing you high-level truth stuff. So don't get falling into the trap just because someone's got loads and loads of followers that they must be right. Trust your gut. You've got receptors in your brain, intuition in your brain, your heart and your gut. Mine goes off in between the two. Every one of my online courses, I teach you how to use discernment exercises in it. So when you're listening to something, if it feels then trust your body. Ask in your higher self, is that right? See how you feel. Do you tense up? Do you feel, yeah, that feels right? Don't believe everything I say to you. Do your own research. I'm only here tonight because I've done the research. I'm glad I shared that video because the idiots out there wanted to argue with me about this is deep fake, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, listen to what it's saying. Ignore the video. That video got me 10,000 hits in a day. Why? Because Elon Musk is in it. The fact that the information in it is more important than than the video itself. People are not watching things and being smart. This can be controlled by electromagnetic frequencies via these satellites. When there's mind meshes coming out of the screen every single time you go onto social media. If you don't know how to take these things out of your face, out of your forehead, you're being mind controlled. Let me show you if I can find the drawing, because I did have it open and I've closed it again. So basically all of these things need to be taken into consideration. So I was going to show you the other drawing, but it would take me a while to find it. It's in my last video on Instagram. There's a drawing in there and it shows you it's like a little patch. So basically, when you break energy people down to their energetic level, we look like grids of light. Grids, meshes. You know what a grid looks like. Physical body, emotional body, mental body, spiritual body. They're all grids of light. That's what we are. That's a scientific fact. 99.99999% of your cell is empty space. That's the void, okay? Thanks, Val. So what's being taught out there people are listening to the doctors. Great, couple of doctors, brother and sister, standing up for the fact that the food is poisoned. We know the food is poisoned. And the people that are the scientists that have created these ingredients used to work in the cigarette industry. Now they're working in the food industry. I mean, go figure. Then you've got brilliant doctors coming out. There's a doctor, I can't remember his name now. I shared his video on Instagram the other day. Naturopath doctor, grey hair, talking about the dangers of chemotherapy and radiotherapy. It kills you. You know, he's telling people all of this fact, and he's not the only doctor saying it. The success rate's 5%. 5% success rate. And people go and have it done because they're mind controlled that it's the right way. Dr. Morse, that's him, thank you. So you've got people talking about the food. You've got people now talking about, like the video of the guy I found and shared, EMF frequencies, ELF low frequencies and stuff like this. Sorry about the light on my glasses, guys, but I can't read what you're saying every time bit I'm on. But there's nobody out there really giving space to people like me. We're not just a physical body. We're a physical, emotional, mental, spiritual body, and we're layers. And all of those layers of our energy field are affected by EMFs, by what we watch, what we think, what we wear, what we eat, what we listen to, what we watch on television, the music we listen to, the conversations we have. Everything affects our frequency. So you can eat well, you can exercise every day, you can even avoid electromagnetic frequencies. But if you don't deal with your mental and emotional stuff, your trauma from the past, your teacher when you were 5 years old telling you were stupid and you're not going to amount to anything and your career's a failure because of it. Being a woman, we've been through more than most. Our whole lineage is about sit down, shut up, do as you're told. You're just a girl. All of that is in our DNA. That's in our consciousness. This needs to be represented. It needs to be understood by everyone. That we cannot get away from this negative timeline stuff. And I've got a new video coming out later this week on my YouTube channel, so look out for it. I don't know if I'll be able to put it on here, but I will put a link on here about the 6 different timelines that are out there. We need to pick a timeline. And dipping in and out of all this conspiracy garbage is trapping you in a negative timeline. And things are speeding up. So those timelines are going in separate directions. You need to get a timeline and stick to it. Because we're getting to a point where it's going to be too difficult to jump from that, oh, don't want to be in that timeline anymore. Because you're so ingrained with these implants, these mind meshes, they're going on, there's contact lenses as well, pulling you in the wrong direction. Mind controlling people in the wrong direction. Go and watch this person. Go and watch that person. When you're present and you're in the moment and you know how to take these things out of your head, I do it every day. And if I have to go on to Instagram to speak to people, the mind meshes are contact lenses as well. So they're like energetic, they're like this. They stick, energy comes out and shows you false information. It's like the metaverse is an overlay of a false reality on top of the reality that you're seeing. So people are seeing different realities, different perceptions. Go and read all the patents. Your perception can be messed with. This is why I teach people, don't trust what you're seeing. Get into your heart and feel it. Don't shave all your hair off your body. Your hair is an antennae. It's an extension of your nervous system and your sensory perception. All of this, women being and men, encouraged to shave their body hair off, is diminishing your intuition. It's making you more stupid. I'm wound up today, guys, and I'm not normally this wound up. But here I am, and I'm doing it. I'm sorry I can't look at two different... It's easier to look at Instagram than it is YouTube. But I'm fired up to make a difference. And I can't do it without your help. I've sat last week, after 20 years of fighting the good fight, behind the scenes. You have no idea. There's a few of you on here that have come into private Zoom meditations with me that know we're doing massive things for the benefit of humanity. Massive things. And know who I am and what I'm here to do. But this last week, when that thing was coming into my head, even I was thinking, why am I wasting my time? Why am I wasting my time? That's where I've been this last week. And then today, that despondency turned into fight. And I don't like being in fight mode because it knocks me off balance into my male side. My male side is, or you're listening to my male side. My female side is very balanced, and normally I'm in the middle and I can see both sides of the story and I don't take sides and so on and so forth. But this has pulled me back here because you guys need to know what's going on. And I know some of my old stuff, I'm out there. I've been studying and astral projecting and dealing with all this stuff for 21 years, and I am an expert in consciousness. When I say this is going on, this is going on. Nobody feeds me information. This is coming from the horse's mouth. In that I can see it. I know what's going on. The good fight is still going on. There is a war on consciousness. And social media is being used as a weapon. Thanks, Diana. So this is coming to you today from a frustrated soul because I've seen what's going on out there and I can see people getting misguided information, and I can see people following the what I call the fluffy bunny crowd. It's all love and light. It's not. If you're following people that are teaching you love and light, send love and light to people, you're following the wrong people. Love and light is duality. You can't have love and light without hate and fear. You need to be neutral. We don't need to be sending love and light to anyone. Sending love and light to what you consider the dark is a psychic attack on them. And they're going to attack you back. I'll probably get attacked because of what I'm sharing today, but I don't care because they've been doing it to me for a long time and I'm tough, I'm Celtic. You don't put Celtic women down. I come from a long line of warriors. But I want you to wake up to what's going on. This is going beyond just being awake. This is being really awake. We are halfway through an amazing epoch at the moment. This 3 years, we're halfway through it, is the chance for 60% historical change to happen on this planet. But it's not just going to happen if people are scrolling down, listening to garbage on social media. We have to level up. We have to get ourselves into the ninth dimensional level of consciousness to eradicate war completely. I've been talking about this for years, these higher levels of consciousness. People saying, oh, you only need to get to 5D and it's all going to be heaven on earth and love and light. Fluffy bunny crowd. Sorry, guys. That's not. Now, some of them are talking about 7D. If you want to get rid of war, want to get rid of that nasty stuff, want to get away from these toxic EMFs and everything else, 9-dimensional consciousness. There's work to be done. We are here to raise ourselves up. Yeah, have some fun in between, but it's not all just about having fun. Every human that's on this planet at the moment came for this opportunity. And it's being wasted. And people are falling into this mind control stuff on here. I'll be surprised how long either one of these videos lasts, to be honest, because there's a lot of truth bombs in it. We're getting distracted by garbage. Are we meant to get to that here on Earth too? What this is, your crystalline body is like a prism. The light comes in, refracts, colours out, and creates your reality. Okay? So your reality is, what's been going on out there. Conspiracy stuff, blah, blah, blah. That's been injected into our minds as well to create it and keep it going. But when you raise your frequency, when you get rid of, your ancestors' beliefs about war and so on and things like that, your frequency changes, your frequency gets higher. So then your projection, your world starts to improve. The mass consciousness frequency has improved. That's why what's just happened in America has happened. The right people are in the space. The others that are against and hateful, they need to go and look up the law of projection. When you're mouthing off to other people about Mr. T and what a horrible guy he is, you're looking in a mirror at your own faults. Own it. Stop pointing the finger at other people. Stop blaming other people and level up. I invite you. My male side just kicked in again. Personally, my life is changing. I can see changes in the physical realm. The people that are on here that know me, their lives are changing because they've worked with me and the stuff I've taught them, and they've gone off and run with it. I don't want to be anyone's guru. I keep being told that I'm a leader. I'm not really fussed about leading anyone anywhere. I'm fussed about getting the job done so that when I'm a bit older, I can relax in this beautiful new earth that we've been told is available to us. But it's only available if we do the work. We have to do the work. We have to heal our traumas. We have to heal the stuff that's in our past, our ancestral traumas. The amount of people I talk to and go, I haven't got any trauma. You've got all of your ancestors' trauma in your system. Every war in your system. What's that projecting into reality? The same thing over and over and over again. I don't know anyone that is as pure as you. I'm not perfect, guys, by any means, but I am a clear vessel. I work on myself every day. And anyone that knows me, if I could bring my best friend in England, been my best friend 15 years, she would say she's addicted to healing. Because I want the world to be a better place for everyone. Okay, I'm getting emotional now. That's why I do it. I took 10 years out of my life and was virtually reclusive, working, studying, finding everything else I could find out about consciousness and how to help people and how to heal people and how to heal the past and how to heal multidimensional aspects and ancestral lineages and all this other stuff. I'm purifying myself. Because I wanted to help people. And I get people saying, wow, your stuff's expensive. Yeah, it is expensive. But it's worth it. You can spend $500 having a session with me, or you can go to somebody else and spend $2,000 having, sessions for the next 10 years. The choice is yours. I get the job done. Go and read my testimonials. When people come to me, I'm treating them on a multi-dimensional level. I'm treating their ancestral lineages. I'm helping them. You know, today I worked on my client's 4 horses because she said they were having problems. I go above and beyond for my clients like they were my own children, because that's how I feel about people. I have a Patreon channel, thanks April, with what workshops to do first. The first workshop I recommend is the astral travel one and the Akashic Records one. Because when you find out about your Akashic Records, you've got the ability to go in and clean stuff out yourself. And that's a record of everything you've ever done. Your ancestors is all in there, but it's all programs in the consciousness that's creating this reality that we experience as a simulator. And it's not just going away. I have people, and I am calling them idiots now because I'm fed up with it. People saying to me, well, that's not my reality, I'm just ignoring that. Ignoring things doesn't make them go away. Ignoring things is ignorance. People need to wake up. There's too much distraction, too much fluffy bunny stuff being taught, and I'm not mentioning any names. But be careful, be cautious of anyone who says to you, God told me to tell you this, because that's mind control. Okay. If you go back down my old Instagram to last year, there's lots of free stuff. During COVID, I was doing free upgrades on here to the detriment of my own bank account because I've only got so much energy that I can give for free. And then I've got no energy left to manifest food on my own table. So I have to charge. I've got 20 years experience. I'm qualified in hypnotherapy, counselling, energy healing, neuro-linguistic programming, all this stuff that the dark side have been using to control people, I've studied so that I can undo the damage that's been done to people's minds. I've been attacked. I've had my life threatened. Never stopped me. So I'm here today with a plea to you to share this, get this information out to as many people as possible. Join my Patreon channel. We get together at the moment twice a month. It's $5. There's even some free stuff on there. And I open the one portal, which, by the way, is in the Gateway Process, which is the CIA document that was released in 1983, where they studied astral traveling, remote viewing, all of that stuff. Total evidence that there is no God as such. There is a mass consciousness, supreme being, one creator. I call it one because it incorporates all. Proof of it. And the center of creation is a black and white spherical portal called, I call it the one portal. It's in the middle of the cosmic egg of the universe. It's all explained in the Gateway Process. PDF is free, it's online, leaked document from the military, from their studies. The one portal is that black and white hole. I have the key to open it, and I open it in Patreon twice a month for $5. We're sucking out garbage from your ancestors, from you, racism, war, fear, anxiety, lots of stuff into the portal. Then we sit in no mind meditation for 20 minutes together. And in that 20 minutes, we're sending calm through the whole world. When you're in no mind, your God self, higher self, is changing your energetic frequency back to your pure blueprint. So it's actually reverse aging you. It's powerful. So please share this with your friends. Encourage people to join. We need to get big groups of people in there. And then we're in control of the mass consciousness from the purity of our heart and the group that have come together. Everything we do is for the highest good of all earthlings. Not just the humans, the animals, the insects, the birds, all of them. We want what's the best for all of them. And that's what my Patreon channel is about. There's lots of products in the shop on my website, audio products, releasing all kinds of negative stuff. What does that say? You have impacted masses whether they know it or not. You're amazing, Janine. We are so deeply, wholeheartedly appreciative of you. Oh, thanks, Ashley. That's really sweet. Thanks. I care. I really do care. I know the one portal can heal virtually anything if people are using it enough. Because it's out with the toxic emotions, mental, spiritual, wherever they've come from, imprints, EMFs, it sucks it all out and it replaces it with source energy and bliss energy. The one portal is a gift to humanity. And social media, particularly Instagram, have been blocking me from getting it to the world. I need your help to get it to the world. So please do share this. And thanks for joining me. Sorry to get all of that off my chest. It's been on my mind all day and I've been marching up and down. It's like, sometimes you just want to shake people. And I'd love to shake whoever censored me. That's about as violent as I get. Okay, guys. So I'm going to go now. I'm going to put some music on and have a nice, pleasant evening and let my male side calm down and get myself back into balance and back into neutral. But there's a big difference between spreading conspiracy theory and conspiracy fact and stuff that's going on with these electromagnetic frequencies and EL frequencies, the low frequencies. This stuff is happening. And you need to know about it and you need to learn how to protect yourselves from it. And protection comes from connecting to source, connecting to one, bringing that down, putting it around your house and cleaning your body. Excuse me. Purity is our protection. Purity of mind, body, and spirit is our protection. It's also the software in the machine of our reality. So if you want a beautiful reality, you need to clean your mind, you need to clean your DNA, you need to clean your energy field of everything we've inherited from our lives, our previous lives, our ancestors' lives, because it's all software in the machine of the reality we experience that's actually like a simulation, a holographic simulation that appears solid because of our physical senses. The time is now. In the next 18 months, we can make such a massive difference with this world, but we have to do the work. So lots of bliss and love and gratitude to all of you, particularly those that have said nice things on here. I needed to hear it today. I've needed to hear it. So thanks, guys. Lots of love. And I'll see you all again soon. Bye. Sorry to my YouTubers, but I couldn't look at two screens and have my eyes like that. Thanks for joining me, guys, and I will see you all again soon. Bye.